And we're live.
Woohoo!
Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to the MARZ live stream. Today we're going to be continuing our exciting adventure that we started last week with our audio visual combination project here. So, yeah, for those of you that weren't turned in, I guess we'll do a quick refresher on what we were doing.
Yeah.
So let me.
A while back, Jay started making making a 3D model of me.
Oh yeah.
That he did a funny animation to some music that I made on the stream a while back, and then we were talking about doing like a little collaborative audio animation thing, and our idea was to have a little mini choreographed fight scene. So is that?
That's exactly. So I got it up here on the screen. No, Cory can't see what I've got up right now, but he can see the Blender window. Essentially, now it's gonna be kind of loud. Let me turn this down for you guys here, just so you don't have to hear it too loudly. But Cory made a little music piece and comboed it together at the very end of the stream last week, and got to put it all together. So give you a little bit of it. So this is the animation so far from. Let's get it from the actual camera view. So there's a few, we got to make some adjustments to the timing, but this was the beginning of it. So I was just about to render out a, essentially like a previs sort of thing, a preview render animation, even though it's far from finished. I sort of have the timing in here that I want so that I could send it over to Cory and he could put it into Ableton and actually like, because you can have like a video source in Ableton, right, where you can then use as a reference. So just to show you all how to do that real quick, I had to go refresh myself because I hadn't actually used this feature in a while. But you want to make sure at first in Blender here that you change your output settings. Of course, is the same as if you were rendering any kind of animation over here in the render properties or the output properties panel. You've got output, you can change where it saves to and your file format and all that good stuff. So make sure to change that. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a bunch of still shots in your temp folder, and that's never fun. So I'm going to keep the length of this the same that you had it.
Cool.
I don't know, unless you feel like it needs to go a little bit longer. They just like...
Yeah.
They have... Like, there's still a lot of time here. Yeah, we could totally...
Yeah, maybe it would be nice to get the previous thing, but I'm almost feeling like you're like. So the issue we're having right now, everyone, is that our two things have two different timings. Mm-hmm. My audio gets to the point a lot faster than the animation does, and so we have a choice to make of like, do we choose one and work from that? Or do we choose the other and work from that? Or do we meet in the middle? We have all of those things are options, right? And so I think what we're leaning towards is me changing the audio to better fit the animation, right?
I think as long as, do you feel like because we could change the pacing of this intro. It might be a little bit. Because I could do some slight adjustments. I think just like a little bit longer on the intro here.
Yeah, it feels to me like I don't know if people can see me snapping along to that. I'm counting the beats of music that go by before the action kicks in, and so I hear like the way my project is set up is that there's 2 bars or 8 beats before the like downbeat of the main section of the music. But I'm feeling like watching your animation. We could add an extra bar, extra 4 beats. So you count along with me if you want. Like if you hit play, like count to 12, right?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Right there.
Right? And so then you're pretty much there.
Okay.
So I think like you could send that to me if you wanted.
Yeah, let me just show everybody how to do this if you wanted to. So You could also change, of course, your resolution up here. So maybe I only want it to be like half of that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That way it's not a super huge file. And these tend to be pretty small. You can also, so when I render this, it's going to render out exactly what it sees. So including all the like widgets and things, all the control points. So if I were to just like render, actually it's in view, and right here underneath view. So if I did a viewport image, you'll see that it comes with all all that stuff. So you can turn that off if you just turn off this little frame, this toggle right here, and this has all that stuff. You could turn it off individually if you wanted, but that button just turns it all off.
Cool.
So now I can just go to, it's under view and view port render animation, and this should be pretty quick. Actually, I want to bring this back a little bit. We don't need that many frames. We can make our end frame more in line with.
Yeah.
So what's this, 13 seconds? So we can actually do some math here. If it's 24, you can do math right in the, you get exactly the number of frames. Actually, that must have been wrong.
Yeah, my audio ends at about 12 and a half seconds.
12
and so we're going to add, and like the amount of time we're about to add is,
13.
we're going to add 2.6 seconds. So
Okay. Let's see why that, did I do something wrong? 24. Huh. No? Oh, frame rate is at 30. It's not at 24. I must have changed it.
Huh.
So it's 30 times 13. There we go. That's what I wanted. So, nice little feature that you could just do math right in the.
That's super
of these
cool.
things,
Yeah,
so.
I love that.
Yeah, very convenient. So now I could go back up here to view, viewport render animation, and then it will just go through the animation pretty much real time and render that out for you. So pretty handy.
Does it in nice real time.
Mm-hmm, pretty much. There we go. I don't know, I'll probably be, there'll be a few more pieces of action after this. So if we decide to add some like sound effects to like the slapping, I don't know, I figured he's rearing up for a good old slap to the face, so maybe we could add some. Okay, so that should be done. How to send it?
How big is the file? I guess that's the question here.
Desktop. It's a meg,
You could probably just send it to me on Discord.
I think. Yep. Yeah, which is super nice. I mean, it's helps to.
That's it.
Pretty small file.
That's a surprisingly. I'm surprised it got that small.
Okay.
Sent.
Let me. Of course, Nitro is cheaper. Yay.
Hooray!
Cory. 1 second, guys. Let me send this over. There it is. Processing, sending. Yeah, cool. That went through.
Boop. Download.
Okay, so now that that's done, I think Cory's gonna probably take over doing, if you want to make those edits, I'll switch to our 4-shot here. I really need to figure out a way to make this look better.
Sweet. Oh yeah. Oh, cool. I might need to switch. You probably can't see the video window, can you?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to switch. Let me toggle that over on the NDI. So, how about now?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I love this feature. Ableton is a very crude, has very crude video playback and editing capabilities, but it's really handy sometimes. So Jay very kindly sent me this without any audio. I appreciate that. So it's very easy to manipulate.
Oh yeah, so that's another thing you have to change. You have to go and like set your audio codec, otherwise it doesn't have any audio.
Yeah.
So
totally, which I'm thankful for here because it's just extra. I would just mute it.
Right. Yeah.
There's no. I mean, one reason that it, like in a workflow situation like this, one reason maybe to send the audio with it is just to like, as a safety check. of like making sure that you're thinking about the same stuff, that this was cut to what you think it's cut to and stuff. I mean, obviously we know what's going on here right now, but like for like just like good project management habits, like it's probably not a terrible idea to bake in the audio here, because again, we can always just mute the track. It's no big deal. But anyways, so now we get a little visualization during playback, and this should work just normally. Yeah. It's like they're fighting inside Ableton.
Yeah, the color matches almost.
It really does. It really does. That's pretty funny.
See if I can get this where we don't overlap.
Okay, so the vibe is that we're gonna add an extra bar, is what I said, right? So like the simplest thing I could do is just let these like. Oh, that duplicated the video too. That did something very weird. It's gonna be strange.
That should work for everybody, hopefully. Cool.
Yeah, that's way cooler, I think. I definitely think you're gonna want to retime these cuts. Are you seeing my screen, Jay?
Yeah, a little bit. It's small, but
sure. Here, let me maximize this a bit more. Just like, so what I did is I just duplicated the first bar and took out the beginning guitar chords. So now there'll be this like, we'll have just like that synth by itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It gives it a bit more time. I can speed that, like I can make those a little bit shorter.
Totally, and I think if you just like go and change some of those camera cuts to be more like when at some rhythmic moments in the music, I think it'll be really effective.
Okay.
But yeah, so you'll have that to work with now. So one thought I'm having is like we could like fade that intro in a little bit, which I think could be kind of cool. Or I like to try like opening up a filter instead of doing that pretty much whenever possible, because like it's just more exciting sounding. Mm-hmm. Just like this kind of thing, just like have it open up over.
Let's see, thinking about how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start with.
Cool, yeah.
Nice.
Fun, yeah. Forgot.
That sounds
Makes
like
me laugh every time.
It sounds like a little like you know, they do those things at the end of like cartoon shows where you've got like
the I know exactly what you're talking about. Little like audio like logos, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. Yeah. My understanding is that was stuck in. That's a sample from Mortal Kombat, as probably y'all know. It's one of the programmers who they stuck it in there as a joke. But it was like super memorable. I always thought he was saying whoopsie or something. I never really caught what he was saying when I played the game as a kid, but this cracks me up now. Hey, let's like beef up this intro too. Like
Can I change? See, I want that to hold there.
That's kind of fun. I never do this kind of like metal stuff.
Step.
Okay. So that intro feels more like musical to me. Get the drums involved.
Yeah, nice.
So we want to move those screams then earlier too. That was your big thing, right? Let's do
Oh, yeah, or a little later.
later, huh?
Oh,
right,
yeah, when they're coming at each other, like that's the
Yeah, so
turn looks absolutely terrible.
so like from here, Jay, like are you thinking like when it cuts to the wide shot?
Yeah. That's their like war cries as they're running at each other. Which is exactly the part I'm kind of blocking out now.
How's that timing? Like
Nice. Yeah. Perfect.
I'm almost like I'm feeling pretty good about this music. Like it's totally ridiculous sounding, but it's fun. And I'm almost like I want to like get some like punching sound effects together.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that's where I should be at. Do you want me to send you this audio back? Are you ready?
For now, I think it's okay because I'll just be like, I don't think is this. I don't think you guys can hear that. No, not when I'm. It's a little bit weird right now, so don't.
Replay that again.
Yeah. Little shuffle with his feet.
Capture that.
Yeah, I'll just turn that off on my end. That way you guys don't have to listen to it over and over. Yeah, just so since I'm just doing the basic, I'm not doing really any timing right now, so it should be okay. We can wait a little bit before sending it over. We'll do the same as we did last time and add it right at the end. I want to kind of clear the footsteps here. This is so he turns and pushes off. Yeah, it's gonna look pretty funny for a hot second. Little feet shuffle. That foot needs to really. This is probably the biggest thing that I struggle with in animation is just doing like leg movement. I don't know why it's so weird. It's one of those things that's like is really difficult to do without a reference. So if I was like, I would definitely recommend if you were gonna do something like this in order to speed up the process, just like record yourself doing this, like turning it around and trying to run and like get into that run. Because there's a lot that goes into that. There's so many moving parts to our bodies that it's like with all the momentum and balance and everything like that to get it to look right is those are some good sound effects.
Yes. You got your NES, or these are probably Super Nintendo samples. So this is from Streets of Rage. Is that where our screams are from Ocarina of Time, actually.
Oh yeah.
That's Dark Link. See if I can find any. I have some like probably very poorly labeled samples in here. I apologize. I'm gonna turn my Q volume down so I don't drive everyone nuts.
Look, they're meatballs.
What was that?
This is an unlabeled Earthworm Jim sample pack. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, these sounds really take me back.
Let's see if I can.
Oh my gosh, did you play this game, Jay?
Not really. Was not one that I.
Oh man, this sound is like an injury sound. It's like a proto Homer kind of vibe.
Groovy. And this is quite the pose.
This is like a treasure trove of just cartoon sound effects. It's really great. Like, that's a good punch.
Lead into that. See, whether or not he would balance in this pose is like, probably not, but... Plus that leg is like, what is happening?
Pull out some punches and some yells.
It's not too bad. Well, I want that foot to stay. So like planting the feet is one of those things that like keeping them from sliding is can be very challenging depending on how you're trying to animate. But like doing it this way and locking them in place, just all I'm doing is setting the foot, like planting it somewhere and then duplicating that frame across so you can see where it's held right here. So I know that the foot's not going to move. I know that sliding, that pivoting on the foot is not. Although, I mean, people can do that. You can totally pivot on your heel like that. So maybe I'll just like give him a little bit of a like he's getting up on the heel of his foot right there. Oh, yeah. And then just pushing off with that back leg. So this needs to be like stretched out. There we go. Whoops. Make sure I'm on the right frame. He's really pushing off that foot. And then here he probably, this is sort of a weird pose because he's trying to duck down. But really I should have a reference. I'm kind of breaking my own rule here, but see where that takes me. At least to where he's like, see, I'm watching for the knees to kind of lock too. Good, welcome to the stream. Glad somebody's out there watching.
Who's there?
We got, here, I want to be able to share you this chat without it like being on, we'll almost need another screen for you.
I know, right? It's okay.
But, let's see. Yeah, I wish there was a way. We almost need two. It's harder when Corey's got like when he's watching me do stuff too.
Yeah.
Because then
it's not just a monitor for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry I can't see who's there, but welcome, whoever you are, kind stranger. Stay a while and listen.
So let's see.
Oh man, I don't know, find some Diablo samples.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about skill trees earlier today. If anybody out there's played Path of Exile, they know exactly what we were talking about. Let's see. So I want this to hold longer, but kind of have. There's a heel bone, but I didn't take the time to fix this model. I guess it makes sense with Crocs that your like heels come out of the back of the Croc, but it would bend a little bit because there is that the strap that holds in the shoe, but like it's a little bit funny. So this foot would have to like if he's planted this back foot. But where? So he brings it out.
Man, I don't see a lot of like impact sounds. It's so interesting.
What game are you looking at now? More Diablo?
No, this is Breath of the Wild.
Oh.
I don't actually have any Diablo samples. Just
do the same with this shoe here.
It's not a lot of punching in that game, huh?
Can you even attack without a weapon?
No, I don't think so. But I'm not hearing. I'm like, where are the weapon sounds? Did I not grab those somehow? I'm seeing like, it's getting. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to my screen over here, but it's getting crazy granular. Here, let's use that Octorok sound to add some tension. We'll use it. This will like be like a riser. I'll reverse it and fade it in. And that'll be like a sort of like a little. That's Jay's. Here's mine.
What was that? Oh, maybe you're still hearing my. Hold on.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was really cool.
There you go.
It was pretty quiet, but it was neat sounding.
Well, that was cool.
Just add some tension, you know. Let's warp it and put it in complex mode and extend it.
Like a jet engine turning up.
Yeah, it's like
spinning up the jet engine.
Yeah, power levels increasing and all that. So I gotta get organized over here. This is getting ridiculous. So here's like here's everything that I got so far. I can group that.
Let's see how
Wait, well, that didn't work. I just ended up grouping just the one track. I wanted to group all of them.
Sort of an impact here. You want to keep that.
Are you gonna try and get them to like come together at a certain moment or anything?
Yeah, that's.
You want them to like hit each other at that downbeat? Like.
Yeah, that would probably work.
It's pretty.
Start right back in it. Okay, I believe that we're back. I don't know. I am very sorry about that. I'm not sure exactly what was happening. OBS, I just updated it to 2.8, which is their newest release, and I don't know if it's completely like production ready, but I believe that we're back. I can hear
We
myself
are
out there.
back.
Okay, cool.
Hooray!
So sorry for those of you. I don't know what happens on TV when we get cut off, but hopefully it just picks back up the stream again, and we're not like
frozen in mid speech.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. So I'm not sure what exactly happened, but we are back. I don't think you missed a whole lot. Pretty much just us staring at the screen, working on our thing.
I added a big impact sound for when they come together.
Oh yeah, here, let me switch back to the shot here for you guys. Okay.
And it's way over the top.
Nice. Good whap.
Yeah.
I was working on some really crummy walking.
That's how I walk in my cross, actually.
Yeah, I think I need to do like
Pretty accurate.
one stride. This is why you need references. This leg needs to go way further out. I think I need to do like more of the actual step here. So let's clear out these keyframes. Because I want to go from this to like a... Whoa. I really messed something up there.
Yeah, that's not how I walk in my Crocs. Sorry to say.
Let's hope we don't get... I'll make sure I double check OBS. Yeah, it's weird because it didn't give me any... Usually it notifies you if it loses data, but that time it just totally froze. Let's get a better still here. Do kind of like a... Just gonna key all that in.
Really working on this impact sound here.
Maybe he needs to throw his arms back so he's more like...
All right, y'all want to hear me nitpick something? I think the sound works pretty well. But there's something about this low pitch in there that is bothering me. It's like too tonal somehow. But I think like if I pitch it up, maybe it'll like blend in better. Right, hey, yeah. way better.
I need that like.
The other option is to just like trim the tail of it too. So I really just want the whoosh. Oh, that's better.
There we go. That pose.
Yeah, I think I just don't like the tone at all. And that's super messy. So I've got this crazy, like, super wet reverb going on this thing to give it some, like, nasty decay, but I feel like it's taking up a lot of space. So. Good. Still sound cool without all that low end. Maybe let's shelf some of this stuff out. I guess I could do that over here with the diffusion network, but meh.
He's gotta be like already moving and hitting this one. What is happening?
So why does that feel like it doesn't cut at all? That's interesting.
This is most of the conversation that you have with yourself when you're when you're.
It's all part. It's all part of it.
When you're making like, what is that?
Why isn't this working?
What is this? Why is this?
I think it's just 'cause it's getting masked in those highs because there's so much crazy stuff going on. That's all I really wanted it to do though. It's just like wash over that in one section. It's kind of cool. So like even this like 12, this really simple thing. I mean, I guess the group tracks count as tracks. So I've only got like 14 or 13 tracks of audio here, but still, you know, there's a lot going on in this one project to do this one thing. Like everything from here up is live track, you know.
Oh yeah, that's better. So like by that point. Okay, that's getting somewhere with those poses. I think the auto keyframe is like messing me up a little bit, but
Oh gosh.
gonna make this faster.
How much reverb am I actually using?
There we go.
I keep forgetting that comes there at the end.
There we go. Get that like arm up there.
So you're working on mostly like the run up.
The run, yeah, the meat up there in the center.
Totally.
So that's the hardest part of it, just because it's you see their full bodies too.
Right,
so
and it's like the winding up motion. It's like there's a turn. There's a lot happening. Right.
Yeah, this part probably could use like a little bit of a. If I take this all and slightly give it like a just something so that at least like bending into it. Turn. Full on, just bolt at him. Better. Pick that foot up and turn. Gonna get that. There we go. Push off of that leg. There, that's a better, much better. Then this has got to hit the ground and stay there pretty quickly. But then this has really got to like, I just got to get totally rid of all this, I think. And make it go like, yeah. So don't be afraid to delete keyframes, like really, it's, oh, I kind of make them slide in. That's already, just deleting those keyframes like made it look so much better. It was just like, there was a few in there that were really, and I'm just gonna turn these to vector. Oops. The vector, we've kind of talked about it in the past, the vector, there's automatically, and I think there's probably a way to change it, but automatically Blender tries to interpolate between and like have an auto, like a smooth in and smooth out kind of thing, which really can make your animations look kind of bizarre. So having just like a, sometimes it's good, sometimes not. Sometimes doing it manually is better, which I think most time it is. But
it's an interesting thing to have on by default.
Yeah, I think so too.
It would bother me if like the automation curves. I mean, although let me rephrase that though. Like most of the time, the things we are doing linearly, like with like a linear line in an audio automation, is actually it's like a linear line on a graph that's representing things logarithmically. So things that feel linear are actually logarithmic a lot, anyways. Like, you know, decibels are a logarithmic scale, so if you move out through decibels linearly, you're doing logarithmic stuff. But you can still add curves to those things and curve it even further, and I would be really bugged out if that was like... it is actually the default in one area. In Ableton, when you do fades on a track, like here I'll show in the toasty track over here, if I bring these fades in, they're curved. And you actually can't there's no straightening it.
Oh, really?
You can't make that a straight line.
It's always got that smooth in, smooth out kind of thing.
Yep. So if I do the automation curves for the volume though, like I can draw those in straight lines.
That's not too
but that, you know, the straight line is super logarithmic. It goes all the way from 0 to negative infinity in a straight line. Like that's in the same distance that it goes, you know. Anyways. Logarithmic scales are an interesting thing. Like almost everything that we deal with in audio is logarithmic, but not quite everything. So it's like being mindful of what is and isn't logarithmic. Pretty much anytime you see decibels, that's logarithmic. Maybe that's the best way to remember it, right? And then if it's anything else, it's probably not. Odds are. Probably some audio professionals hearing this and just pounding on their desk or whatever, just screaming. Like,
oh yeah, there's probably a lot of stuff we say that somebody would be doing that if they were watching. Yeah, we're you know we're professional enough. Aha.
You know, it's funny though. There's always more to learn, and you know, like we're constantly teaching ourselves new stuff.
Oh yeah. And like, because everything changes all the time too. There's no way that you can keep up with all the changes that happen with, like, particularly with software. Like the thing with Blender is like over the 10 years that I've been using it, it's changed so much to where, you know, like there's tools here that I've never even touched that are like, you know, how do you keep learning all this stuff if that's not your full-time job to learn the thing.
And like for me, honestly, I don't feel like the music tools are changing that fast or anything. It's just like they're hard to use. It's complicated, and there's so many different tasks that we're expected to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you know, most pros don't do every step of the 3D pipeline themselves.
Sure.
You know, in most professional environments, and like music, a lot of music production is the same way. You know, like the producers and the singers and the mix engineers and like the recording engineers and the mastering engineers are all different people, you know. And so those of us who live in DIY world do it ourselves, and there's a lot of us out there doing that too. But when you have to wear every hat at the same time, sometimes it's like you can only focus on everything so closely. And this is why it's like great that there are people who specialize in these things. It's like generalists are really important, and having these generalized skills makes you understand the whole pipeline and be more effective at your individual steps that you're doing. But learning all those things takes away time from learning one specific thing. You know, I was really good at playing guitar when that was like the main thing I focused on doing. You know, I'm probably not as good as I was when I was practicing for 3 hours a day every day. I don't have time to do that anymore.
All right, let's see.
I sent you another version of this, by the way, Jay.
Oh, cool.
It's in Discord.
Come.
Just figured it's such a small file. Yeah, my audio file, my full resolution audio file is the same size as your.
It's
actually bigger than the video you sent me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That was kind of funny.
Let's see it so far. I know I hadn't done much. That foot movement is always a pain.
Yeah. At least this updated thing will have at least like some new
cues.
Yeah, some more like obvious cues. Yeah, the only thing that'll change is the you'll see it's longer.
Okay.
Should be about 2.5 seconds longer.
So for everybody, are you on A or B? I can always keep forgetting. I'll just turn it up for both. Let's see. Can you hear it?
No.
No.
I'm on B. Yeah.
B. All right.
You're getting quick with that mixer.
Oh yeah. It's once you figure it out, it's not.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Yeah. Nice. Perfect.
Yeah. So there's some good moments I think to like kind of like adjust where the camera cuts.
So let's see. I think I can mark things. Yeah. Can I? Is this M? Yeah.
That's fun.
Cool. Add some markers in here.
This is such a fun workflow. I really like back and forthing this.
Yeah. Cool.
It's like so immediate. You know, probably most people doing animation don't get to do this stuff this immediately. You know.
Yeah. When you're like on, you can see each other's screen and all that with that whole workflow.
And talk through what we're,
Yeah.
instead of just sending each other back and forth.
Right, and then yeah.
It's nice.
So let's see. Were you thinking like kind of on that beat to switch, or? I mean, there's
hits right there. Yeah. So like that's a good moment to do it if it's not too weird.
Boom. I can see what that looks like.
I can I got timestamps over here if that's helpful. But I mean, you can just like.
Yeah, I can see when I mark it. It's nice because it shows up on all my different timelines.
Oh, that's sick.
So there's that frame
totally.
81 is that keyframe. So I can just grab this and slap it right there and see. So get a little bit more. I don't know how that is for everybody, but I think I have my.
It's all right. It could be a little quieter, maybe.
Oh, is it pretty loud?
Oh, for me, yeah, whatever.
Click on the master track. Yeah, there we go. I'm monitoring that. There we go. Okay. Oops. Back to the start. Ooh, that was loud. There we go. Okay.
It's good for me.
It is.
I think it could be like a beat earlier, like like a frame or two.
Bit,
yeah. Probably some lag when you drop the marker or something. Yeah. And then you could have it switch back, but there's another spot that exact same distance in. So if you can count the frames and just double it.
I like that it does it when it switches to the other character.
Yeah. Yeah. So what frame is that thing at before? Like it's like 76 or something?
This one here?
Yeah, 77?
Yeah.
If you put it at 154, it'll be right.
154.
Yeah. Or it should be anyways.
Whoops.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
Sweet.
I gotta change that animation a little bit.
It's y'all, this is so satisfying to just like watch it merge. Like I know, like obviously we're doing a bunch of work and it's not like nothing, but like,
it's just like when that's what I loved about the series of the cafe thing, because that was like, I mean, that was like this, but even more like, there's more parts to it.
Totally.
So
it's just really neat to see things move to the beat. Like that's like really special. Yeah. So it seems like there's like roughly 77 frames to the bar at this tempo right now.
Okay.
So that other camera, you could like if you thought about cutting it like halfway, like just splitting the difference and sticking it like 30 like 7 frames in or something.
37 frames. All right. Just wanted him to start this a little bit earlier. start to move, cut on the action here. He's like moving his arm out. There we go.
Yeah, yeah, way better.
Putting out. And
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So you're talking about
So the second cut.
yeah, this
like,
one here.
The one before when it cuts back to.
Oh yeah.
There's no cue. There's no audio cue
That
for it.
one?
Yeah, but you could stick it like 77 plus 37 you could stick it at like 114 or something like that.
It's like pretty darn close to.
Somewhere around there,
Some
and
roll
it'll
there.
feel a little more like rhythmic.
Okay. Felt a little bit more natural there because
Yeah.
it lines up with that sound too.
Yeah, and I can have that sound like get a little louder a little earlier and have it be a little more like significant.
Like it's
thing.
oh, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. So like it's kind of amping up to that cut.
Yeah, like.
Oops.
Yeah. Oh, so
Nice.
slightly improved.
Okay.
And that'll make more sense. I really like that. Like, even though there's not like a obvious like rhythmic cue like I gave with those drums and guitars, like the feeling of having it cut to the beat feels loads better to me. Like it felt off when it wasn't because it's surrounded by two rhythmic cuts.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? Like.
I need to get some kind of background in here though.
Oh, totally. Hey, there's not a whole lot of time left. I don't know if that's.
yeah.
I don't know how fast it would be to like try and start mocking something up.
I was thinking maybe showing, checking out this site, just as a plug for a second. A site that I like to go to find 3D models, and then so like it's a little harder to find. Like they was gonna do like a city streets thing. So this is Turbo Squid. Use it quite a bit, and there's a lot of you can sort by free. You can find some free assets and stuff. So I may have to find.
Oh,
it
this
in
whole
different
city
places,
is pretty interesting.
yeah, like I mean, just like entire cityscapes, which might be a little overkill, but figured finding something that's like there's a small town that would be kind of cool. Doesn't have any materials though. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time like modeling a city. In the diner, of course, we went through the whole thing, and then just use some back. Ooh, this one's kind of cool, but it does cost money. That would be a perfect
What's
one.
that thing above it? It looks like those like plane maps.
Oh yeah, low poly cartoon city pack.
Oh, that's expensive. Eh?
Yeah, some of these are they still show you the pricey ones, but if you get into it, this is a good way to make money doing these kind of packs and stuff. You can, if you're selling each of these for $200. But there's like a rundown city. That'd be kind of cool. I'll have to look around and see if I can find some.
There's like a little like pallet town. Looks sick.
The
There's like a little like isomorphic thing right there.
oh yeah. The one that I got for the burrito video, I think it was it wasn't that one.
Looks similar
It
though.
was kind of like this, but it was one of these. It was just like and that was that worked perfectly. I might just find that pack again and use that as a setting, and then we could put together. It comes in pieces, and then you can just set up your scene.
Oh, cool.
So I don't see it. It must have been maybe a few pages in, but yeah, this is always a good place to check out.
So these images they're showing are like made with the objects that you're gonna get, or are they like do they generally come as like a whole complete built environment?
It depends on who sells it,
Okay,
but sometimes they have them like built, but other times it's you got to put it together.
Yeah. Like I assume these cities are
So
the complete package.
yeah, some of these are probably, but some of them are just like they come with the buildings and stuff. And
Some really random
oh,
cities.
it wasn't that one. It looks a lot like that one, but I'll have to double check which one I got. But there's a lot to find here. You can always
Whoa, what's that? Low poly village looks kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that one's free. Can fight in the low poly village. This is not a bad small city
Totally.
that you could see.
Oh yeah, hey.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Although it's very modern. I was thinking more like, downtown New York somewhere in the
Right.
a little more Street Fighter look.
Yeah.
To it.
You want like a 80s.
Oh, there's a boxing studio.
Oh, too rich for my blood.
Yeah. But anyways, good place to check out if you're looking for references or just like, want to put together a quick scene and need something simple. You can find some good stuff on Turbo Squid. Always worth checking out. So.
Oh my gosh, entire high-res like map of Hong Kong. Like, that's
Toronto and Sydney and Hong Kong.
Wow.
Not sure what you would use those for, but they're like $600 a piece.
Wow.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up for today, and maybe we'll continue this one. Maybe I'll work on it a little bit at home, and because I know a lot of this is just like
picking through stuff.
Yeah, nitpicky little things.
Totally. A lot of this stuff from my end is too. That's why I kind of just like brute force go through it. But it's if we were gonna get real about this, I'd be like amping guitars and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
There's not there's not as many like easy shortcuts for stuff like that in the 3D world. Although obviously these pre-made assets help, it's still like
mocap.
Right. Yeah.
Mocap suit. Although you still gotta like polish it, but it's
totally. That's the way for sure.
So
it'd be fun to mocap a fight against myself.
I know. One day I'll figure out how we can do it on the cheap.
Yep.
So
until that time.
Yep.
Keep watching us do this.
Alrighty, everybody. Yep. Well, sorry about the little freeze up today, but I'll try to investigate what was happening. But we'll see you next week. Back here, same time, same place.
Toodaloo.
All right, take it easy.